Alright, Seahawks fans, let's get started with another news roundup on the channel. I'm Charles, always bringing you the latest updates on our Seattle Seahawks, fast and to the point. For those who are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got daily videos, so you won't miss a thing. And don't forget to smash that like button, it really helps out a lot. Alright, fans, let's kick things off with this. Remember when the team dropped the initial 53-man roster for the 2024 season? Only 2 quarterbacks made the cut. We've got our guy Geno Smith as the starter, entering his 3rd season as the team's leader. And now, we've got Sam Howell as the primary backup, who's here to replace Drew Lock, who went over to the Giants. But what about the 3rd quarterback? Where's he at? Well, PJ Walker, who was our 3rd QB in line, didn't really perform well during the preseason. The guy struggled in all 3 games and ended up getting cut when the team trimmed the roster from 90 down to 53 players. Now, here's where things get interesting. Coach Mike Macdonald and GM John Schneider might start the season with just Geno and Howell. But check this out, there's a 3rd option on the market that's pretty intriguing. According to Brady Henderson of ESPN, the Seahawks had some interest in Jaren Hall before the 2023 draft. Remember him? He played at BYU. But the Vikings snagged him in the 5th round. Hall even started 2 games last year, winning 1 and losing another, with a passer rating of 70.4 and a QBR of 5.1. The kid's only 26, so he's still got time to develop. And here's the craziest part, the Vikings just placed Hall on waivers. So we've got another shot at grabbing him. But it's not that simple. The Seahawks are 16th in the waiver order, so if we want him, half the league has to pass on him first. Should we go for Hall? Or is it better to stick with Geno and Howell? Moving on, do you remember Tyus Bowser? That veteran outside linebacker who's been making his free agency tour? Well, he's coming to visit us. Check this out, according to NFL insider Adam Kaplan, Bowser is flying to the Pacific Northwest to meet with the Seahawks and coach Mike Macdonald. And here's what's cool, Macdonald used to be Bowser's defensive coordinator. Bowser was a 2nd-round pick in the 2017 draft by the Baltimore Ravens. In his 6 seasons there, he was a key part of their defensive rotation. His stats are solid, 19.5 sacks, 48 QB hits, and 4 forced fumbles in 89 games. His best season was in 2021 when he started all 17 games and racked up 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 15 QB hits. And there's more. Bowser isn't just a pass rusher. He's also a solid 3 to 4 outside linebacker in coverage. In 2020, he picked off 3 passes. In his career, he's only allowed 2 touchdowns, intercepted 4 passes, and recorded 5 pass defenses. That adds up to a passer rating of 69.0 when QBs throw his way. Pretty impressive. Bowser's 29 now and last played in January 2023. He missed a good chunk of the 2022 season recovering from a torn Achilles. Then, before the 2023 season, he hurt his knee and sat out the whole year. That's why the Ravens released him in March. So, how does he fit with the Seahawks? Well, his connection with Macdonald is a big plus, right? But we've got to keep in mind that we recently picked up Travis Gibson from the Jaguars in a trade. And we've still got Uchenna Nwosu, Draymond Jones, Boy Mafe, and Derek Hall returning from last year. So there's not a ton of room for him as a backup. But here's an important detail, Nwosu might miss some games due to a knee sprain he suffered in the last preseason game. And we've still got 2 spots open on the practice squad. So who knows? Bowser could be signed as insurance and promoted later in the season if he's 100% healthy. Would Bowser be a good addition to the team? How do you feel about our linebacker situation this season? Drop a comment below. Alright, fans, to wrap things up, remember that Uchenna Nwosu and Artie Burns are both recovering from injuries? Well, that could affect their Week 1 availability. But don't worry, the team isn't sitting still. On Thursday, the Seahawks made some moves on the practice squad. They added 2 guys, Tyreek Smith, a third-year edge rusher, and Josh Jobe, a second-year cornerback. But there's more. They also released Raekwon O'Neal, a second-year tackle, which opens up a spot on the practice squad. Could more reinforcements be on the way? We drafted Smith in the 5th round in 2022 out of Ohio State. But bad luck hit, and he missed his entire rookie season due to a hip injury. In 2023, he bounced back, played all 3 preseason games, recorded 3 pressures and a sack. Then, he got cut in the final roster cuts, but came back to our practice squad. But here's a twist: in December, the Cardinals signed him off our practice squad. He even played against us in Week 18. Then he went through training camp and preseason with Arizona, but was released this week. Now he's back home. Now, let's talk about Josh Jobe. He played at Alabama and signed with the Eagles after going undrafted in 2022. Over the last 2 seasons, he played in 28 games, starting 3. The guy's 6 feet tall, weighs 190 pounds, and mostly plays cornerback on the perimeter. But, he had some coverage struggles last year. He allowed 3 touchdowns on just 29 targets with no interceptions. Quarterbacks had a passer rating of 113.0 when throwing his way, not great. Here's an interesting note: Jobe hasn't played much in the slot in the NFL, and in Alabama, he mostly stayed on the outside. But the Seahawks might try him inside due to depth issues at the position. Burns hurt his toe late in the preseason and, according to Schneider, he aggravated it in practice. That leaves his Week 1 status uncertain. Without him, we only have Kobe Bryant, who was a converted safety, with slot experience after the starter Devin Witherspoon. And there's more. Releasing O'Neal could signal that we're looking to bring a quarterback onto the practice squad. Maybe PJ Walker will be back, or we might sign a free agent like Tyler Huntley, ex-Browns, or Desmond Ridder, ex-Cardinals. Do you think Smith and Jobe will help the team? And what about the QB situation? Who do you think would be a good fit? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. And hey, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, it's super important. Thanks for everything, and let's go Seahawks.